Now we go to Shivam. We got two more, and right on time because I need to go at 10 a.m. So this is Shivam says, hello Abe, hope you're doing well. My name is Shivam, I'm from India. I have a little bit more than 1 year of experience of 3D. So far I learned software like Blender, Substance Painter, Unreal Engine 5, Marble Designer, DaVinci Resolve, Photoshop, a lot of softwares in 1 year. That's nice. Your videos give me so much help through this journey. I love watching your portfolio review streams. This is my first time submitting. It would be very helpful to know where I lack and where can I improve. Let's take a look. Okay, interesting. So here's the first thing, and that's why it's so important for you guys to write a message, because I can get an idea of where you are and how does that look visually. You mentioned a lot of softwares. I don't see a lot of softwares here being used, right? From this, there's only two pieces that I would click. Like if I find these pieces like scrolling around, I would click on this thing right here because it looks nice, and I would click on this character right here. Let me click on this one. Okay, it's a relatively simple prop. It's like a mace, a Gada mace. I like the details, but this is not right. And you know this is not right, Shivam. Why is this not right? Because you probably just see remesh this thing. How do I know that you see remesh this thing? Because of this spirals. See Remesher loves to do spirals. It's one of the things that it does. This thing right here, this thing right here, like that flow right there, this flow right here, it makes absolutely no sense. Like that's not how I would like retopologize something like this. The proper way to retopologize something like this is to retopologize this cone first. Retopologize this cone first, and then you keep bringing these things down. Around here, we're gonna have an edge loop covering this whole thing, right? Like this. Hey, thank you for the donation, Sataya. Thank you, my friend. So you're gonna be going this around this element, and then these things have to flow. We need to find or figure out a way to make sure that the topology flows properly. So this right here tells me that you are still missing a little bit on the retopology side of things for that part. Like probably you were running out of time, or you want to be fast, and you thought, hey, I'm just gonna see remesh this thing, and that's fine. And this is where the debate comes into place, right? Because people are like, oh, but this is something that's not gonna deform. It's fine. This can work. Yes, it can work. But what do you prefer? Again, like if you're presenting something to someone, like in this case, you're presenting this portfolio to me or to a potential recruiter, I don't want them to think I'm lazy. I don't want them to think I am trying to have shortcuts or anything. If during the production I need to take a shortcut because we're running out of time or budget or whatever, sure, I will know how to do that. But on a presentation, the first time I'm seeing someone else's job, I want to be able to showcase that I know my stuff, right? Like that I know how to do proper topology. So that to me, it's a little bit of a negative point right there. This is fine. I probably would not UV it this way, but I like that you ordered UVs nicely. So again, in terms of execution, it's not a bad model, but it's also not like one of the greatest models that I've seen, right? Let's take a look at this sword. Similar stuff. Sculpt again, like this guy's. Oh my god! Like we're gonna. Alan, can you include this? I think that's gonna be the next video here, because how you integrate the decals into a piece inside of ZBrush or inside of Substance is very important. And we tend to do, I did this when I was like learning. I understand why we did this, but I want to show you how to do this properly. This kind of stuff, it's not going to work, my friends, okay? This is not looking nice. It just looks like it was like a stamp placed there, right? Like a sticker. So you need to make sure that you don't do this kind of stuff like very often. Sculpture is getting there. I see, of course, some form issues that we need to improve on. I cannot see the topology. It's a very common mistake. Let's go Marmoset. Actually, no, because I have some projects there that you can't see just yet. But if you're doing wireframes, guys, make sure you pick a color for the wireframe that we can see. This is a wireframe that we cannot see. There's no point in having a wireframe render of your element if the color of the element and the color of the wireframe is the exact same color. We're not going to be able to see it, right? Yeah. How are you, Kefkas? Welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. That's gonna be in next week's video. I'm gonna show you how to integrate this kind of stuff. I'm gonna show it both on texturing and sculpting. I think, like how to use decals. It's probably gonna be a good video, because this kind of stuff, again, it's not gonna be great for the things that we're doing. Okay. Now let's take a look at the character. Okay. That's a little bit high for poly count, 237,000. That's definitely high. Did you do the body? No, you use MetaHuman. Okay, yeah, because the body looks fine, but the rest of the elements, it's just not, it's not where it needs to be. What do I mean by this? It again just looks like extractions. Like, look at this, right? And again, I'm sorry if I'm sounding too mean today. It's not my intention, but this stuff right there, that armband, that's not how an armband works, right? Like, this looks like a soft element, not like a gold metal element. Same for the armor. The armor is not there. And I've shown you this guys before. Like, if you look, Leal 3D hard surface. I did a video about this, like literally like 2 months ago or a couple of months ago. There you go. This one right here. So in this video, I show you exactly the process to doing a proper armor piece, right? We do the shoulder pad. And I show you all of the necessary things. Now you can do this inside of ZBrush if you have the new version with the retopology tools. They show you the importance of keeping shape cleans, all of the shapes clean, so that you get a nice little piece right there, right? Like, it's important that when we're doing armor and any hard surface elements, it looks hard surface. It doesn't look like it's made out of, like, again, like a plastic or this very fake, like, gold elements. And we tend, this is a very common mistake, by the way, we tend to focus too much on the details, like on the little like decals and projected elements, and we don't focus enough on the forms, on the elements, or on the other objects. This is another very common mistake. I understand this MetaHuman one. There's a couple of issues there, definitely. Like, it's way too bulky. And then this definition that you mentioned, this is not really defining anything. Very common mistake here. Sorry that I'm calling you out, man. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abdominal muscles. That's not, and I call this the Goku syndrome, because a lot of us, at least here in Mexico, grew up with Dragon Ball Z, and we see this like super exaggerated muscles. In our brain, it thinks that it sees something, but it's not really seeing that thing. So when we see Goku, we tend to think that there's like balls and volumes everywhere, when in reality, they're like drawn very, very nicely. So in this particular case, for instance, you need to understand that the abdominal muscles, yes, they go in this direction right here, right? We need to find the navel. You find the navel, and then on top of the navel, we're gonna have one of the abdominal muscles, and then on top of that one, we're gonna have another one right there, and then we have the ribcage border. There is another very thin one right here, but it's usually very thin. You don't see it as much, and then we have one right here, right? So it's more like this. This is the famous like six-pack that you see. It's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the abdominal muscles that we're gonna be seeing, not these things right here. Here you have, like here, what you did right here was the ribcage border right there, and then another one right here, and then another one right here, and then another one right here, navel, and then another one right here. Again, this is way too many abdominal muscles, so this is not what we're gonna have. There is, though, like fun fact here, there is an anatomical variation where this final like abdominal muscle right here gets a secondary like little division, so it can get like an extra, again, line over there very close to the groin area, but it's called an anatomical variation because it doesn't happen very often. So look at your references. Similar, same thing for the muscles here. Like you did place some of the lines where they're supposed to be, but this is not really like buffing him out. It's just like sort of like drawing the lines on top of the character. So that's something that we need to be very, very careful about. Okay, if you want, again, if you go here to the side, we have the anatomy workshop, this one, the anatomy for 3D artists, where we go through every single part of the body, right? So torso and arms, and then we do legs and feet, and we do head and skull. So if you want to learn anatomy and do your own character, like this is a good one where you can learn the theory and the practice of the whole thing. Okay.